What's going on? We back. It's the Boxing Clinic of More. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Talking about Danny Jacobs and Jermall Charlo right here. After this, we're going to talk about the Derevyanchenko and Danny Jacobs situation. And earlier this week, Jermall Charlo was dropped from the IBF rankings. And I think that's because he was the WBC interim champion, or told them that he wasn't interested in the IBF title. Because if Jacobs and Derevyanchenko didn't want to fight each other, Jermall Charlo, or either one of them didn't want to fight, Jermall Charlo is the next contender up. Now, if they don't come to a deal, Demetrius Andrade would be the next guy in line to fight for the IBF. But Derevyanchenko and Danny Jacobs are already committed to fighting each other, according to their manager. The trainer, Andre Rozier, didn't want that to happen. But like I said, it's another video for another next video. So then you have Triple G and Canelo, who made it rematch yesterday. Billy Joe Saunders was already had a deal in place to fight Gennady Golovkin at the LA Forum. But obviously, Triple G, took Canelo's Hail Mary deal. And now Billy Joe Saunders is without a big fight. And like I said, Jermall Charlo is the WBC interim champion. So, would it be in his best interest to say F the interim championship strap and go try to get Billy Joe Saunders? Possibly at the LA Forum, because the Charlo's home away from home is LA. They're always in LA training in between fights. His brother just fought at the Staples Center. I believe the Forum is in Inglewood anyway, but close enough. So would it be in Jermall Charlo's best interest to try to get Billy Joe Saunders? Since Billy Joe Saunders is already ready to come over here and fight Golovkin, would Billy Joe Saunders be, interested in fighting Jermall Charlo is the question. And would Jermall Charlo be interested in fighting Billy Joe Saunders? They went back and forth on Twitter before, right around Chris Eubanks got beat up by George Groves. Billy Joe Saunders been talking shit. Obviously, Martin Murray found a new opponent. I think it was Roberto Garcia, whoever that guy is, or Robert, I don't know the guy's name. So, Billy Joe Saunders is high and dry. He won't get Danny Jacobs. Obviously, Eddie and Frank Warren don't work together. Danny Jacobs is going to be fighting Derevyanchenko. Demetrius Andrade, is that somebody, he would entertain? And we got to get him out of hiding. So Jermall Charlo would make sense for Billy Joe Saunders. Now, Jermall Charlo is slated to come back in Houston in August. But easily he could put that on the back burner and go fight Billy Joe Saunders in L.A. or somewhere else, or the Barclays Centers. I think that's the right move for both of these guys. Honestly, I do. Both of them need each other. Jermall Charlo can hold out for the WBC interim title or for the full title, but at the end of the day, he got to be realistic. He ain't gonna never touch that title, man. No time soon. After this fight, Triple G is gonna get an exception from WBC because they're gonna be trying to play up a third fight for Canelo Triple G. They was already talking about a third fight before the second fight. Even got made before the clenbuterol situation with Canelo. So he gonna hold out hope for that belt, and the WBC has been keeping in touch with him. He gonna hold out hope for that belt. If Canelo get that belt, man, he ain't gonna fight him, man. He need to let that WBC interim strap shit go. Because at the end of the day, I don't believe neither one of them guys gonna fight him, dog. Ultimately, that's what it come down to. Ultimately, Triple G was willing to lose that WBC title and fight Billy Joe Saunders. That was a decision he made. If it wasn't going to be Canelo Alvarez, he was willing to fight Billy Joe Saunders in the LA Forum, or whatever it is, the new Forum, and he was going to get stripped of that WBC title if he didn't make a deal with Canelo Alvarez this time. So that shows you right there that he had no interest in fighting Jermall Charlo. And we know Canelo wasn't going to pull the trigger. So at the end of the day, Jermall Charlo, it's going to be seen as, oh, you won a vacant title, man. You didn't beat the guy who had the title. Even if those guys blatantly dunked him. We know how perception is. Oh, Charlo didn't bring no money to the table. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. So ultimately, your title, you're going to win your title by fighting Hugo Centennial Jr., man. And they're going to hand you the title sometime next year. And you want to sit there and let that marinate? You want to sit there and fight home in Houston? Absolutely not. Go try to get Billy Joe Saunders. Even though you might have to compromise some money, and I know people ain't in the game and compromising money. But why? Why would you not want to fight Billy Joe Saunders? Now, Billy Joe Saunders is a tough guy to work with, but Billy Joe Saunders backed up against the wall as well. He ain't got nobody to fight. So they might as well fight each other. And I think people have been overrating Billy Joe Saunders, and people you can say we've been overrating Jermall Charlo. I think it's a good fight. I mean, Billy Joe Saunders was a guy who was just picked to get beat up by that the dude that got hit with the RICO charge, was facing 40 years. Kirchich, the one that beat down, the guy that beat down Antonio Douglas first. Antoine Douglas first, whatever the guy's name is. The little small guy. You know, this is the same guy, you know, who looked ugly versus Willie Monroe Jr., man. Like, people were mad overrating Billy Joe Saunders because he beat David Lemieux. It's easy to look slick, fast, and quick and outbox a guy who ain't got no skills in David Lemieux. You know? That's easy. He beat Eubanks. I mean, Eubanks ain't really been shit. Shout out to Chris Eubanks, though. He's trading with Floyd Sr. in Vegas right now. You know, you can say that. You know, he beat Andy Lee. I mean, okay. Brian Vera did that. You know, so at the end of the day, I mean, what has he really done? He hasn't done nothing. People mad overreacted to that David Lemieux, and I think I overreacted to the David Lemieux fight as well, too. But obviously, I mean, who did he beat? What is he proving? You know, what has he proven? This would be validation for him as well, too. Not only validation to coming out the UK and coming to America, not Canada this time versus David Lemieux, and showing people that he really can fight, but validation that he's really a slick, good boxer, dog. Sees he looks slick and good versus vagabonds, you know, versus, you know, the David Lemieux of the world. And for Jermall Charlo, this is validation for that he's Rob. He's a real deal. If he could beat Billy Joe Saunders, this is his, you know, elite middleweight fight. Has he fought people that's probably more talented than Billy Joe Saunders? I don't know. Because Billy Joe Saunders really ain't fought nobody neither. And Austin Trout is a good fighter. And Julian J. Rock Williams is a good fighter as well. He just ran into a Mack truck named Jermall Charlo. Billy Joe Saunders is still unproven. Everybody at this middleweight class is unproven. You know, even a guy like Golovkin, you can make a case that he's unproven. Because he ain't beat world beaters. You know, he didn't. A lot of these guys, they start fighting each other, and a lot of people believe Canelo Alvarez and Triple G are using each other to save face. So they won't have to fight the other guys. I told you Triple G was willing to lose that belt not to fight Jermall Charlo. And if I'm Jermall Charlo, I'm not waiting around, man. I'm going to fight for that WBO belt versus Billy Joe Saunders. I'm negotiating with Billy Joe Saunders right now. But knowing these guys today, a lot of these guys are scared, man. You know, they'd rather wait to be handed something. They'd rather go get it. But these two guys definitely need to fight. You know, Jermall Charlo said he'd make Billy Joe Saunders come to him. It'll be an interesting fight. I wouldn't guarantee it to be a fight of the year candidate. I mean, I think it might be a messy, sloppy fight. Because you got two guys that like just, you know, slick guys, boxing guys. But it'll be interesting. But, you know, most people just think Billy Joe Saunders is this godly type of opponent. You know, he was just Billy Ho Saunders like 7-8 months ago before that David Lemieux situation. But I think it's a good fight. Really, I mean, both of these guys got something to prove. I think it should go down in LA or something like that, or the Barclays Centers. But let me know what y'all think. We're going to move on to the Danny Derevchenko fight video. Y'all know what it is, TBC and more. Links in the description. You want to donate, PayPal, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Links or usernames in the description. Follow us on those platforms. You do some good work over there as well, too. And it's different from the page. But definitely appreciate it, man. Share the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know we go live and upload.